I guess this is my last word. So before I go, I want to say thank you to God. So I say, God, I never thought that today is going to be my last day. And in that moment, behind me, I heard a voice from heaven that said, ask for help. So I look everywhere and I don't see anyone. I was like, oh, it's my imagination. And then 2 minutes later, I heard, ask for help. And I was like, are you kidding me? Please, could you help me? There is anybody here? Come on, help me. Nothing. I look everywhere and I just see the water and the wind. And then 2 minutes later, I heard, I told you to ask for help. And I was like, okay, there is no way I'm going to get out of here. There is no way in my mind that I'm going to get out of here. The island's too far, but if you want me to get help, this is going to be the last thing that I'm going to do in my life. So I started waving my hands, help, help, help. And in that moment, a huge wave came and crushed me under the ocean. So when this wave came and crushed me, I was going under the water. And when I open my eyes under the water, far, far away, I see a big shadow that's coming my way. This thing come under me, grab me by my stomach, and push me all the way up. So I didn't know what it was until I get air and get out. And guess what it was? It was big, great dolphin. So I grabbed the dolphin by the tail. I couldn't believe it. I start crying. It's like, how did you save my life? How do you know I was drowning? And the dolphin was just looking at me. And I just was like, wow, this is amazing. I stayed with the dolphin like 10 minutes. He didn't move, he didn't swim, he didn't nothing. He was just standing right there for me to float. So I was hanging on him. 10 minutes later, a feature boat showed up in front of me, and the guy started screaming at me. The feature boat said, son, I can save you, but I cannot get close to you because the wave from the thunderstorm, they are so big, I'm going to hit you with my boat. I'm going to throw you a rope. So he threw me a rope. I grab the rope, I go to the boat, but as soon as I get to the boat, I say goodbye to him, thanks to God for and to him for saving me. I jump off the boat, I start walking to the shore. And then when I'm walking, I'm crying because I couldn't believe what happened to me. And then out of the sudden, behind me, something hit my leg. And as soon as this thing hit my leg, I looked back and the dolphin was behind me. I was like, what? Oh my God, this dolphin. So I start walking the dolphin next to me like a dog. And as soon as I get to the shore, I said, you know what, God, this is it for me. I went on my knees on the shore and I said, if you save me with this dolphin, God, it's because you have a purpose for my life. I don't know what you want from me, but I'm going to tell you something. From today, Carlos died into the ocean. The person who's coming out of the water is going to be you. From today, Carlos died. So from today, you take over my soul. From today, it's not my life, it's your life. So what was happening to me, and my friends asked me, Carlos, what do you want to do now? So like, I just want to go to church because this was a miracle. So everybody came and did a huge circle. Everybody that came from the beach, from my friends too. We hug each other and we prayed for 20, 30 minutes. After we pray, my friends, Carlos, what do you want to do? I said, take me back to the hotel. I just want to take a shower, get something to eat, and go to sleep. So I went to the hotel, took a shower, get something to eat, and I went to sleep. And as soon as I put my head on my pillow, I have an epiphany. What is an epiphany? Is like a vision. So in this vision, I was on the third floor of a cruise, of a cruise in the Caribbean. I'm grabbing the handrails. I look in front of me and I see a blue skies, blue ocean. It was sunny day. It was really clear. It was beautiful. But then out of the sudden, at the end of the ocean, I see a tsunami rising coming my way. And I was like, oh my God, tsunami, I'm gonna die. I don't want to die. So I covered my face. I was like, oh my God. So 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes passed. And I was like, what's going on with this tsunami? And in that moment, somebody come behind me and said, like, hey, Carlos, look at me. I was like, no, 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 we're about to die. Look, look. I said, Carlos, look at me. He's like, no, no, I'm afraid we're about to die. Then this guy said, you're never gonna die with me. I said, who are you? I said, look at me. And I was afraid. I didn't want to see who he was behind me. I was like, oh my God, oh, I'm so afraid. Come on, look at me. I was like, oh my God. So I took my hands. And when I look back, guess what? I see this guy is like 6'5", bigger than me, and he have a light coming from his face. So I couldn't see his face, just light. And then he said, Carlos, please close your eyes. So I closed my eyes and he hugged me from behind. And as soon as he hugged me from behind, he said, close your eyes. And then 10 seconds later, he said, open your eyes. I opened my eyes. He opened his arms. I said, look in front of you and welcome. So when I look in front of me, I couldn't believe where I was. I was in heaven. And in front of me, there was millions of people dressed in white robes and everybody was glowing. And I was like, what? This means that I'm dead? This is heaven? And now you need to fulfill that promise. Welcome to heaven. From today, you start walking with me and walking with all of them. From today, you're part of me and part of all of them. Do you have any questions? I said, yes. What's your question? I said, well, my question is where all these people came from. Then he asked me, do you have another question? I said, yes. I said, like, look, there are so many religions all over the world. I don't know what is the true religion, you know? You tell me what is the true religion? And he said, well, the only thing that I can tell you is when you come to heaven, there is no religion. When you come to heaven, the only thing that you're going to find here is the love of God. The love of God is the most powerful force in the universe. And that's what's going to unite the whole humanity in one. I was like, wow, okay. So in that moment, he put his arm over me and he said, okay, Carlos, let's walk into heaven and let's make you a life review. So he grabbed his hands, he pulled his hands like this, and like an Apple computer, like videos of my life start playing, like since I born until right now. And I started looking my life start flashing in front of me, and images and videos. Like what I saw there was how other people felt for action that I took in my life. You know, every action that I did that affects somebody else, how that person react, the good and bad, like everybody does, you know that. And after all that passed, Jesus said to Carlos, now you need to go back and tell everybody what happened here. I said, okay, but that's fine. So he pushed me down. Next morning I wake up and I was like, what in the world was that? You know, what kind of dream was that? When you get to earth, that they need to forgive three people. And who these three people are? Number one. And I said, why they need to forgive? I said, well, because more than 98% of people around the world have childhood trauma and they need to forgive. Number one, their parents. It doesn't matter if they treat you bad, if they didn't like you, they abuse you, whatever they did to you, they did the best they could to give you the best you have. Number two, you need to forgive your inner child. Whatever happened in your childhood is not your fault. You was afraid, you was scared, you was afraid like nobody's going to believe you, nobody's going to hear you. So it's not that little kid inside of you. Number three, you need to forgive all the people that came to your life to harm you. Why? When you forgive your parents, your inner child, and the people that harm you, you're not forgiving them, you're forgiving yourself. From that moment, you open your heart and you throw away all the hate, all the resentment, and all the poison that have been eating you for years. And if you still with that poison inside of you, that can cause cancer and another sickness. And guess what? In that moment, it's like you have a balloon with a string and you cut the string and let the balloon go. You're free. What is purpose? Every one of us came to this world with a purpose. And what is the purpose? Purpose is the thing that you do the best, that nobody else in this world do better than you. Every human came with a gift. Some people sing amazing, some people cook amazing, some people dance amazing. So everybody have their gift. And if you don't want to do that, the second one is called service. Why service? Because when we die, we're not taking our cars, we're not taking our houses or mansions or titles or money. We're not taking anything. The only thing that we're going to take is how many people we love, how many people we took care of it, how many people we fed, how many people you give some shelter, and how many lives we change on this life, you know? And in that moment is when you start giving your service away. Is what are you doing today to change people's life around you? You can serve in your community. You know, sometimes, I mean, on Saturdays, I like, for example, I go and serve, feed the homeless here in Atlanta. So I go to a group, it's called Food for Life. So we go to a big kitchen, people donate food, we prepare food from 9 to 11, and then we go to shelters to give this food to the poor people in Atlanta, you know. And people, you guys, wherever your area you live, you should get these places and help people, you know. So what are you doing today to change the life from people around you, in your family, in your communities, in your co-workers? Because like I said, you don't want to take anything. The only thing that you're going to take is the experience that you live, that you're living, and the love that you give away. So what are you doing today to leave a legacy, to leave a blueprint that after you leave this world is going to continue living a legacy, you know?